16th of May, 2186. My name is Garvel. Grew up in Sector 2 of Super Earth, close to Sector 3. Somewhat recently I joined the Helldivers to fight our enemies for Super Earth. I recently completed the mission on Zygos to eliminate the Terminid swarm in the area. I believe Super Earth, and they are preparing the area for the colonial training base, but either way, we had success with the mission, with of course lives to be lost as we are Helldivers. We are not immortal, and we will continue to fight on as best as we can until we inevitably reach the Wall of Martyrs. I had located this journal on an automaton bot front, as you would say. It seems that the last owner or user for this was almost like a military sergeant or someone of the stats, it seemed. Someone that had a lot more time and been on the field quite a bit. I must admit, I am still a little bit fresh with coming to these different planets and fighting against our enemies and spreading our managed democracy. But I cannot say that I have not been enjoying to take out our enemies and work for Super Earth. I had gone through the mandatory training and schooling that they have for us, especially as youths, back on Super Earth, and I must say, my curiosity is a little more into the historical aspects of some of this. I find myself, a little curious when it comes to the war from a century ago against the bugs and the cyborgs or automatons and the Illuminate as they came the first time. But now I can take my advantage and fight against our enemies myself on our own different fronts and do what I can to help out with things. If I had to give some insight in regards to myself, it's pretty simple overall for me. I'm still somewhat new to the war front, but it doesn't mean I haven't had my dives in time on different planets, fighting against the Terminids and the automatons and the Illuminate. It has been very interesting to be on these different fronts and to see the different biomes and see how things have changed. And well, to be quite honest, there's also the difference of information that we have learned when it comes from the schooling and education that Super Earth has graciously provided for us while I was a little younger, and being on the field myself and learning about some of the ways that the war has affected different Helldivers and not different super citizens and everybody. But I must admit, it has been very democratic and wonderful to be able to help Super Earth. Do not mistake in my tone for different perspective when it comes to this. It is something that I do quite enjoy, and that is how we were raised. I have heard the Chaos Diver on this journal speak as well, and I am not for such depravity that Helldivers might do. We want to help our fellow man out when we're on the field, man and women. We are all equal for this war, as we have enemies surrounding all of us, and we must work together in order to take them down, piece by piece. This first entry from me will not be as long, and I still would like to listen back through all of the different entries from the original Helldiver that owned this. I have not gotten far back, besides hearing, I think the most recent was that Chaos Diver that had a hold of this, as I had mentioned prior. But I am willing to learn and to listen. I plan to be diving for Super Earth for a hell of a long time, and I want to be that strength and that wall for our great planets and for our managed democracy. In time, I will continue to work and do what I can with all of this. But until the next time, just know that I will be diving on every planet possible, taking the fight to our enemies at every front that I can, and spreading our managed democracy as best as I can. And it will be done in the glory of Super Earth and for managed democracy. I shall post more later when the time is available, but as stated prior by another diver, the war is getting crazier and we must progress forward. We must dive heavy for our Super Earth and for our citizens and for all of us. Let us dive and take care of things, Helldivers, for Super Earth and managed democracy.